Hey, this is Dr. Brian with Dallas Synergy Chiropractic, and today I'm going to be talking about prediction. Can your child predict? So I'm going to try to make this short and sweet. I'll call this the neurology minute. But one of the most important things that our brain does is prediction. Okay, and I mean that in the grand scheme of things. Every time you take a step, your brain is calculating. What's the pitch of the ground I'm on? Am I going upstairs? Do I understand the height of each step? And so if you're in your house and you're going up your stairs, you know where each step is, right? You don't have to look at the steps as you go up. So your brain is calculating this all the time. It does this based off of body awareness and just an understanding of having done this before, right? And so I had a kiddo who came in who has had over the past several months a lot of emotional dysregulation, would just run in and out of my office, did not want to participate in any of the care, and it was a lot. And it was a lot for the mom and the dad, and they didn't know what to do. Well, as we've kept working at it, I got to witness this the other day. He did not do well with prediction, right? Because when we're not able to predict the next step, our brain has to take the energy, all of the resources it has, and it has to focus in on what's directly in front of us, okay? And so kiddos who are not good at prediction, their world is very tied in, it's very close. And so, lots of noises, lights, sounds become very overwhelming to that system because they're trying to pay attention to the next step. Well, this kiddo was that kiddo, right? A lot of hyperactivity, doesn't do well in loud noises and lots of lights, and doesn't even do well in quiet places too. He just really struggles with prediction. What is going to happen next? And when that happens, we have a lot of emotional dysregulation. We have a lot of attention issues. The brain's just kind of all over the place because it doesn't know what's next. Kind of like adults when they're in like a scare house, right? You don't know if I walk around this dark corner, is somebody go boom? You just don't know, right? And so it's part of that experience. But with that life, if you have to live that every moment of every day, would be very stressful. So these kiddos, they come into the office, their prediction is like they live in a scare house, okay? And so every corner, every situation, there's not a lot of this very minimal ability to predict. And because of that, they are in a constant state of fight or flight. Well, the reason I'm just bringing this up is because I got to witness this kid. He started changing, right? Was able to sit at the table, was able to work with him, was able to do what I asked him. And the other day we were doing a little exercise, and the tool I was using can change colors. Well, he had originally the color blue, and he wanted to change it to a different color, a red. And this was neat because he said, it's okay if you don't have red. And you might be thinking to yourself, why is that unique? Because this kiddo who would run and sprint out of my office because he didn't know what was happening next, his brain couldn't handle the information of the prediction. It was really stressful for him. His brain said, hey, you know what? Red may not be an option. And if red's not an option, I'm okay with that. So his brain started predicting, started looking at the scenarios like, hey, this may not go the way I want it to go. Which, if you look at emotional dysregulation and kiddos who are like, I want this, right? And they don't understand, I don't get why I can't have that, right? Which is very common in a lot of kiddos. He understood, I may not get what I want. So my behavior, I understand that what I want to achieve may not happen, and I'm okay with that, which is very big for kiddos, because when kiddos are stuck in an inability to predict, to foresee the future, to foresee that they may not get what they want, we see a lot of emotional dysregulation. Not because they can't get what they want necessarily all the time, but because they live in a constant state of an inability to predict what's going to happen next. And so their world is a mass scare house of, I don't know what's happening next. I don't know how to predict, and when that happens, We see emotional dysregulation, we see sleep issues, we see gut issues, we see all sorts of issues, including attention and focus. And so if your kiddo struggles to predict, if they're not okay with things not going the way that they had planned, they may be struggling with prediction. And prediction is a massive, important part of survival, socialization, and everything that we need to navigate our world. So I hope this helps. Start looking at your kids' ability to predict. Can they understand that if it rains, we can't go to the park? If they can't, we're lacking predictability. We're lacking the understanding that, hey, things may interrupt our ability to go to the park. That's part of neuroplasticity and the ability to adapt and understand that. So look out for that and tell me, can your kid predict? Can they understand that things don't always work out the way they should? And if they can't, come see me. We can test the nervous system and find out what is going on there and give you a plan that can help you.